So, as I mentioned, a salt is formed by the reaction between an acid and a base. So, we should expect that the solution of a salt in water will be neutral towards the litmus. What it means, when we dip a litmus paper into a salt solution, it does not show any color. That means it does not show any color means it does not show any acidic property or basic property. It shows a neutral character. Okay, it shows a neutral character towards the litmus. That means salt is a neutral solution or neutral in nature. So though the aqueous solution of many salts are neutral, that is having a pH 7. So most of the salts are having a pH 7. But some salts produce acidic or basic solution when dissolved in water. So remember, some salts are there which produce acidic or basic nature when it is dissolved in water. That means the pH values of these salts solution shows sometimes less than 7 or sometimes greater than 7. Normally, the salt shows a neutral character. That means 7. But in some cases, the salt shows an acidic character or basic character. Such salts we call them as acidic salts or basic salt. So, the pH, according to the pH of the salt solution, we can divide the salts into 3 categories: acidic salts, basic salts, and neutral salts. So we can see that an aqueous solution of sodium chloride, that is neutral in nature. But some solutions are there, that is ammonium chloride, which is acidic in nature. Whereas the aqueous solution of sodium carbonate, which is basic in nature. So the acidic nature and basic nature of some salt solution can be explained on the basis of hydrolysis of salts. So let us look how these acidic salts and basic salts are formed. So in the last section, I have explained when we studied the base and acid, some acids are strong and some acids are weak. Some bases are strong and some bases are weak. How we categorize this acid and base according to their strongness? You know what is a strong acid and strong base. How we explain the strong acid and strong base? Those acid which dissociate or which completely ionizes, we call them as ionizes into H plus ion, we call them as strong acid, and which completely ionizes as OH minus, we call them as strong base. What is weak acid and weak base? When there is a partial dissociation takes place, that is partial dissociation of H plus ion, we call them as weak acid, and OH minus ion, which when it is partially dissociate as OH minus ion, we call them as weak base. So, and as I have mentioned that the acid and base when react together, it forms salts. So it neutralizes their effect, acidic character and basic character. What's the reaction called between acid and base? Neutralization reaction. So actually when an acid and base is reacted together, it forms salts. It forms salts and its acidic property and basic property neutralizes. Here in some salts, when a strong acid and a strong base react together, it gives a neutral solution or neutral salts. That means both are strong enough to neutralize. Clear? Suppose if I am adding a weak acid and weak base, then also the strengthness is same. It shows a neutral neutral salts. Then when there is a formation of acidic salts, the acidic character will be more in this acidic salts. ഈ അസിഡിക് സോൾട്ട്സിൽ അസിഡിക് ക്യാരക്ടർ ആയിരിക്കും കൂടുതൽ. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് അതിനെ അസിഡിക് സോൾട്ട്സ് എന്ന് വിളിച്ചേക്കുന്നത്. ബേസിക് സോൾട്ട്സിൽ എന്തായിരിക്കും കൂടുതൽ? ബേസിക് നേച്ചർ. സോ acidic salts having an acidic character, basic salts having a basic character. That means more basic character is there in basic salts and more acidic character is there in acidic salt. How it is formed? So when a strong acid and a weak base react together, a strong acid and a weak base react together, it form acidic solution. What it means? This base is unable to fully neutralize with this acid. ഈ വീക്ക് ബേസിന് ഫുള്ളായിട്ട് ഈ സ്ട്രോങ് ബേസിനകത്ത് ന്യൂട്രലൈസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. ബിക്കോസ് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് വീക്ക് ഇൻ നേച്ചർ. വീക്ക് ബേസ്, ഈ വീക്ക് ബേസിന് ഫുള്ളി ന്യൂട്രലൈസ് ചെയ്യാൻ ഈ ആസിഡിനകത്ത് പറ്റില്ല. അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ കൂടുതൽ എന്ത് ക്യാരക്ടറായിരിക്കും കാണിക്കുന്നത്? acidic character. That's why it produce acidic solution. That's why it produce acidic solution or acidic salts. So what is the reason? Here, when a strong acid reacts with a weak base, it forms an acidic salts. Why? Because this weak base is unable to fully neutralize the acid because it is strong acid. So how a weak basic salts are formed? Last line, weak acid when reacts with a strong base. Weak acid when it reacts with a strong base. So what is weak acid when it is react with a strong base means? The acid is unable to fully neutralize in the base because the base is very strong. ഇവിടെ ആണെങ്കിൽ വീക്ക് ആസിഡാണ് സ്ട്രോങ് ബേസിനോടൊപ്പം ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പം ആ വീക്ക് ആസിഡിന് ഫുള്ളി ആ സ്ട്രോങ് ബേസിനകത്ത് ന്യൂട്രലൈസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അപ്പോൾ അവിടുത്തെ സ്ട്രെങ്ത് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അവിടുത്തെ ക്യാരക്ടർ സ്ട്രോങ് ബേസിൻ്റെ ക്യാരക്ടർ ആ ബേസിസിറ്റി കൂടി നിൽക്കും. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഇറ്റ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസസ് ബേസിക് salts. So this is the way how an acidic salts and basic salts are formed. Did you understand? Okay, so in a neutral salt, the pH value of the neutral salt will be almost equal to 7. So how a neutral salts are formed? When the reaction between when a salt and when acid and base are strong or acid and base are weak, both are on the same range, it produces neutral acid. So it shows a pH range 7. Then what about acidic salt? The pH value of an acidic salt is less than 7. That means below 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 6.9. That is below 7. What about basic salts? The pH value of the basic salts is more than 7.